Hey guys, what's up? Happy New Year. I haven't uploaded in a while. I'm gonna brush over it quickly because I know it's not what you want to hear because you clicked on this video, not for this. But in summary, for a few months I was too busy to do YouTube, and then after that I was just too lazy to do YouTube. But hey, now I'm back and I'm gonna start uploading more frequently again. And for the start of the new year, I'm gonna cover with you guys my updated 50,000 Australian dollar stocks portfolio at the age of 20 years old. I've been pretty much investing my full adult life since I turned 18, so about 2 years now, a bit longer than 2 years. And this is what my portfolio's turned into. I'm gonna be honest, I have deployed quite a bit of capital into the stock market, but I have also seen some massive gains over these 2 years. In this video, we're gonna go through all the positions that I have, every single stock that I own, how many shares I own of each stock, how much percentage I'm up, everything like that, all the good stuff. And I'll give you a quick rundown of my bullish case on each stock. You know, just something quick, nothing too long that will drag this video out forever. Just before we get into it all, guys, please smash the like button. Let's get a ton of likes on the first video back. Don't forget to subscribe as well to keep you posted, keep you updated on the new videos that I bring out. So for buying shares in Australian companies, I use what we call Westpac Online Investing. Westpac is just a bank in Australia that offers a brokerage service, so I just use that. It's pretty easy. I've got in total about $7,300 in Australian shares. The rest of my portfolio is in American companies. And pretty much for investing in any US companies, I use Stake. Basically, if you're an Australian and you want to invest in American companies, Stake makes it really easy. Pretty much just an app, you just got to sign up or log in on the computer. You have to enter a few details obviously, but then you'll be able to buy US shares. It's a lot easier than setting it up for an Australian brokerage account. If you do want to use Stake, my referral link is in the description. If you use it, you get a free stock, I get a free stock as well. Helps you out, helps me out. It's a win-win. Anyway, in my Stake account I have right now about 34,500 US dollars, which translates to about 45,000 Australian dollars. So if we add up how much I have in my Westpac Online Investing and my Stake account, we get roughly 50,000. Works out to be more so 52,000, but 50,000 sounds nicer for the video. We'll go through these stocks one by one. First one up, American Express, ticker symbol AXP. I own 20 shares of American Express, average price of about $102 per share, and I'm up kind of nicely on these 14% roughly. I actually haven't been in this stock very long, so it's nice that I'm already up 14%. My first ever purchase of American Express shares was back in like late September last year, so I haven't held it very long. But I'm sure you've at least heard of American Express. They offer a bunch of different financial services like credit cards, everything like that, merchant processing, a few things. They obviously took a bit of a hit from the coronavirus, people not spending as much as they usually would, people not relying on credit or using credit as much as they usually would. But as the world economy starts to get back on track, so will they, and to be honest, they already have already been getting back on track. They're looking at doing about 10% growth for this year, 2021, and then about 12% revenue growth in 2022. And for those growth numbers, for a forward PE of only 13, that is pretty bloody cheap. Also pay a nice little dividend. As earnings per share turns around for American Express and gets back to normal, I can see this as a good investment and I'm holding this one for the long term, obviously. Alrighty, next stock, Dropbox. It's just here because I got it from someone using my Stake referral code, so I don't actually really have an interest in this one. You can see I only have one share. Actual next stock is Facebook, ticker symbol FB. I've got 15 shares. My average price is just under $200 there at $199 and some change. And I'm currently up 31.5% roughly. This position is nearly at 4,000 US dollars in total, so it's one of my bigger ones. And the reason it's one of my bigger positions because it is honestly my favorite company. You already know what Facebook is. They own the Facebook platform, Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, Oculus, all that kind of stuff. They essentially have a monopoly on social media, and they are one of the biggest players in online advertising. If you're going to advertise your business, if you're going to advertise something online, you're either going to Facebook or you're going to Google. I honestly think Facebook is the best bang for your buck when it comes to the tech stocks. It's the best value out of them all. The forward P is under 20 right now, which for Facebook is disgustingly cheap. I'm kind of making myself want to buy more right now. Only bad thing with Facebook is it always seems to be caught up in some short-term drama. You know, some privacy laws problem, one thing and then the next and the next and the next. But the fundamentals and the business model of this business, the moat that they have is absolutely extraordinary. It's just a great company and that's why it's my favorite company. Next stock is GoPro. Again, these shares just come from people using my referral link, so we won't worry about that. The actual next stock is Revolve Group, ticker symbol RVLV. Now Revolve is a bit of a smaller company than these other two that we've talked about, that's for sure. And I'm upset I bought this stock like a wuss. I should have bought more. I own 78 shares, averaging roughly $10 a share, so I don't even have an $800 position in it. Barely 1,000 Australian dollars of my own capital in it, but now they are $37 a share. I'm up 253%. Now, Revolve's business model, they are an online fashion retailer. They're pretty much doing it better than the majority of the traditional brick and mortar fashion retailers right now, in my opinion. They use social media and Instagram influencers to advertise their products, which is pretty much the way of the future. It's way more underpriced than your traditional advertising methods and you get more bang for your buck. And they are really on the forefront of this kind of advertising when compared to your traditional fashion retailers. This is another one that got hurt a little bit by the coronavirus, but they are going to bounce back and it is a very high growth company. Still got tons of growth ahead of it. Plan to hold it for a long time because it's going to grow for a very long time. The next stock is Skyworks Solutions, ticker symbol SWKS. I own just under 9 shares because you can buy fractional shares on stake at an average price of $74.86. They are now $185.79, so I'm up 150% nearly. Now, I've owned Skyworks Solutions for a pretty long time. That's why my average cost on the shares are so low. Basically, Skyworks Solutions make semiconductor chips that go in electronic devices for all the big dog companies. They make products for people like Apple, Google, Microsoft, Samsung, Nintendo, the list goes on. And we're already seeing them explode with the 5G rollout. Their last earnings was ridiculous. Go and have a look at it. The earnings per share beat was ridiculous. Ridiculous is the only word that I have for it. And their crazy growth will continue as 5G continues to roll out, in my opinion. Just a great investment. The next stock is TTCF, Tattooed Chef. It's a bit of a smaller company, but it's pretty talked about here on YouTube. Now, I just want everyone to know that I owned this stock before it was cool, alright? Before everyone was talking about it on YouTube. I've owned my first share since the start of December. But the more I look at how much of a growth beast this stock is going to be, the more I've bought over time. So I have 105 shares roughly at the average price of just under $20. I'm already up nearly 20%. And the total position is worth about $2,469 US right now. In my opinion, Tattooed Chef is such an awesome company. They make plant-based foods and plant-based alternatives. They literally handle all of their food and all of their products from farm to the table, like they are involved in every step of the way through the process of actually making the product. And obviously over time, more and more people are moving to plant-based diets or eating less meat. We're even seeing that right now. It's just going to keep happening and increase in the future. Obviously this benefits Tattooed Chef, and I think they will be a very big brand when it comes to this market space in the future. They do have a very cool brand behind them. Go check them out. I expect this company to be a massive growth beast in the future, and to be honest, I might do a full video on them soon. So please tell me if you guys want that. I think it will be a good idea. Alrighty, the next stock, it's the big boy, Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. I own nearly 20 shares of Tesla. I bought it way back at an average price of $55 US. Now they're obviously up in the 800s each share. My total position is $16,584 US. I'm up 1,415%. But I've owned Tesla for a few years. I have been bullish on this company since forever. Back when everyone was hating on Tesla, I was buying it and look, hey, it paid off, I guess. I'm sure you know Tesla, they make electric vehicles, very cool ones at that. Eventually all brand new cars sold are going to be electric. Tesla just has a massive lead on this over all other car companies right now in my opinion. Tesla has so much more going for them as well. They're pretty much a tech company, battery company, energy company. They've got the technology of full self-driving. They might eventually build up a robo-taxi network. Tesla just has it all going for them. Not to mention the coolest CEO on the planet, Elon Musk. I'm not going to sell Tesla anytime soon. It's such an amazing company. It's eventually going to be one of the biggest companies in the world. It pretty much kind of already is. And I will not be selling my Tesla shares anytime soon. What can I say about Tesla that hasn't already been said before? Let's be honest. Alrighty, the next stock in the portfolio is Virgin Galactic stock. Ticker symbol SPCE, space. Now this company is cool. It's looking to commercialize spaceflight. It's developing commercial spacecraft and aims to provide suborbital flights to space tourists. Pretty much, you can go to space if you pay them enough money. But you actually can't yet, it's still in development. Now, obviously very cool company, very cool stuff, but very, very speculative. That's why my position isn't too large at this point in time, and I probably won't buy any more just because I want to minimize obviously the amount of risk that I'm taking on with such a speculative stock. I own approximately 51 shares with an average price of just under $20. I'm already up 175%, and look at that, they went up 21% this day. I might actually need to check that because I don't know what's happened today with space. Maybe something good. But takes up about $2,700 US worth of the portfolio. Now, if this company succeeds with its idea, this is potentially a 5-10x opportunity. But hey, with such a great opportunity comes a great amount of risk. That's why I just can't buy anymore, just because it is so speculative right now. I did do a full video on space quite some time ago. I will link it up here or here. Go click it if you want to find out more about the company. It is pretty cool. Now, the last stock in the US portfolio is ticker symbol WFC, Wells Fargo. I own about 65 shares at $29.46, and they're now nearly $30 a share. So I'm only up 1.8%. But this is pretty much my most newest position, I'm pretty sure. It is one of the biggest US banks, and they've had some controversy in the past, obviously, but I don't think they're going anywhere. Like, come on, American banks are pretty much government backed at this point. I've added it into the portfolio for a bit of safety, a bit of stability. Nice stock to hold for a very long time. Pays a bit of a dividend, and I understand banking pretty well, so it's well within my circle of confidence. Speaking of me knowing banking, let's move to my Australian shares portfolio. I only own 2 different companies. The biggest position is in an Australian bank, Westpac Banking Corporation. Ticker symbol WBC. I own about 290 shares, and I'm pretty much even on these guys. They haven't done it too much since I bought them. It was a bank that got hit pretty hard from the coronavirus and also had a pretty nasty scandal last year where they accidentally let money launderers send money to countries that funded some nasty things. That's all I'm going to say on YouTube. But hey, same as the US banks, pretty much government backed and very stable, too big to fail kind of deal. It would shatter the Australian economy if Westpac was to go under, so the government is not going to let it happen. And the last stock in the portfolio is Coca-Cola Amatil, ticker symbol CCL. Coca-Cola Amatil is pretty much just Coca-Cola, but in Australia. I'm up around 42% on my shares, and it's a pretty small position of 87 shares. It's pretty much just a company which has exclusive rights to bottle and distribute Coca-Cola in Australia and other countries around Australia, like New Zealand and Indonesia. And they are actually up pretty big since when I bought them for being such a well-established, stable company. It's not like Coca-Cola Amatil is a very high growth stock, but I'm still up quite a bit. But this is pretty much because the European division of Coca-Cola plans to buy out Coca-Cola Amatil, and this buyout is pretty much guaranteed at this point. The Foreign Investment Review Board, FIRB, of Australia approved it a few days ago, so this is pretty much guaranteed to happen. I did originally plan to hold these long term, but hey, when it gets bought out, I guess I'll have to take the short term profit. But that is my whole stock portfolio at the age of 20. I've managed to amass a $50,000 portfolio in 2 years, and it's honestly amazing what it's already grown into. It just goes to show if you can put the time and the effort in to do research individual stocks, individual companies, it will pay off. I plan to keep doing this for a long time to grow my wealth, hopefully end up achieving financial freedom and continue to beat the stock market each and every single year. But please, I do have to stress, just because I own these stocks or just because I bought a stock doesn't mean you should. Please do your own due diligence and please do your own research before buying into any investment, because you can lose money. But I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'm back to uploading again, so watch out for some cool videos coming your way. Click the circle to stay subscribed so you can actually see those new videos. Check these out if you want. Smash the like button as well. I'll leave you guys there to enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.